Okay, welcome everybody. Thank you for tuning in and sharing your time with me. Today, I'm going to talk about being an influencer that actually comes from the right side of influencing. As a fact, all humans are influencers. We are all born to influence. Everybody is influencing the world in one way or another. Some influence more, some influence less. But the idea is that we all have an impact. Sometimes the way we behave, a smile, just a simple smile could have can influence somebody. Um, and also the opposite. I mean, the bottom line is this. This podcast, this channel is really all about understanding that we are influencers if we want it or not. Now we have social media, which is amazing platforms that we have from Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, that allow us to express ourselves and to be even more influencing. And we want to learn how to be true influencers that are coming from the right place. We don't want to influence out of, selfish desires to get something out of this. We want to influence from a place that would actually light up the world and make a positive change that will last for generations to come. And that could only be done if we understand the obstacles that we have that prevent us from being fully influencers that are coming from a place of, good, from a place of altruistic place, a place of giving, of sharing, of loving society, wanting to make the world better, adding value. And adding value is a key word, because when we influence, we want to bring value to the world. We don't want to just influence to get something out of it. We really don't want to do that, because when we bring value to the world sees it, the world appreciates it, and it gives us like fuel to continue. So I came up with this channel because I was thinking that what would be better than influencing the world by learning the mindset of the sages, by learning from the greatest Hasidic masters that ever lived, from the greatest people and human beings that ever walked on the face of the earth. There is nothing greater than this. Because when we learn how to influence using their mindset, and their mindset is very elevated, their mindset is actual connection to the creator of the universe. And they broke it down in a way that literally gives us the know-how, gives us the tools to understand what we need to overcome, how do we need to overcome it, and where do we need to come from, and how do we need to influence, what should be our consciousness, where we should be emotionally speaking, and then build ourselves in a way that we are coming from a place of influencing the world through our godly soul. So we understand, as we learned in our previous videos, that we have two souls. We have a godly soul and we have an animal soul. The animal soul's job is to be there for us to overcome it. And what is the animal soul's, actually what it is? The animal soul is your ego. Is the ego, is the desire to receive for the self alone, is the evil inclination. It's everything that it's negative about us. It's all our fears and our doubts and our negative emotions. They all come from that same place. What we need to do is to make our godly soul, which is the actual part of the creator, rule the animal soul. The animal soul, we can't really get rid of it, but we can diminish its effect on us, and we can make it work for the benefit of the godly soul. So how do we make our godly soul, which means our infinite, pure desire to share and to love and to give without wanting to receive anything in return, just give out of pure love, out of pure affection, out of pure caring for society, caring for the community, caring for the world, and really trying to make a change in the world. I mean, this world is really not in a good spot right now. There is a lot of things going on. There's a lot of hate for no reason. There is a lot of, hate crimes. God forbid. Why? Only because people don't understand how this world is built. They do not really understand the oneness of creation. Once you understand the oneness of creation, you understand that everything that it's in the world, that it's in your movie, it's part of you. It's all one. We are all connected, and we need to work together, regardless of religious, skin color, geographical location. All of these things are becoming nullified to the creator of the universe. The creator of the universe is the same creator for everyone. There is no one creator here, one creator there, God forbid. It's a creator that has its influence and its effect on each and every human being and each and every created being, and it's affecting all of us. And there is a system that the creator has built for us to be able to connect to its infinite light and become a channel to this light. And through becoming a channel to this light, we are able to influence the world using the help of the universe, using the help of the creator of the universe, because now we become a channel to his light. We become a channel to the goodness, to the desire to share, not because we want anything in return, to share because we just want to give love. Just like the creator gives us love every second, every breath we take, every heartbeat, the creator loves us. Also, another important concept that we need to understand about creation is that the creator did not create the world 10,000 years ago, 100,000 years ago. According to the Hasidic masters, the world is actually being created right now, which makes every moment a new moment. Every second has a new opportunity in it for something new to reveal in the world. Nothing is really, the creator did not create the world 6,000 years ago and left. The creator is here creating every second of reality, and he's involved in every aspect of our lives through divine providence, through many other aspects of life and creation. When we understand the oneness of creation, we are starting to tap into that information, into that knowledge, and we are really starting to experience the oneness of creation. And when we do that, when we are able to overcome our animal soul, when we're able to overcome our ego and diminish its effect on us and make our godly essence the main dominant engine that moves us, our life becomes so much more interesting and happier. There is so much more, to love and to explore and to learn. And it just never ends, because we are entering a realm which I love to call the flawless universe. The flawless universe, it's a consciousness of oneness, and we can reach it. We can reach it by overcome our selfish desires, the desire to receive for the self alone, and turn that desire into desire to receive in order to share. Because we know that even when you are on a plane, right, and before the plane takes off, there is a little presentation about what happens if, God forbid, the plane crashes and you have a child sitting next to you. The first thing you need to do is you need to put the air mask on yourself, and then you put it on the child. When you first look at it, you would say, why is that? Why do you have to put, there is a little kid over here. You put the mask on the kid first. Okay, you lived your life. You're an adult. This kid, what did he do? But the idea is that if you don't love yourself, you cannot love anything or anybody. It's very hard. And we should be very careful from people that don't love themselves, that tell us that they love us. We should be aware of that, because the condition of love, and to be able to give love, you have to love yourself. So just like in the same idea that you put the mask first on yourself and then you put the mask on the child if the plane, God forbid, crashes, that same idea, you need to develop and cultivate self-love before you can love somebody else. And I think that point is very, very clear. Now, we want to continue learning and we want to continue understanding more about how and the mechanism of really what's happening and how we are able to bring out our godly essence, which is our true influencer, our infinite being. Because after all, remember, you are an infinite being trapped in a temporary universe. You were here before and you will be here after. Your soul is a non-physical and it's internal, and it's part of the internal creator that is creating you as you're watching this. It's all being done in real time, live. Why? Because that's how it works. And humanity has been blind for too long. The sages has been screaming for thousands of years to try to wake us up. They did not have the internet. They were not able to create a video that will be heard in Mozambique, in Zimbabwe, in Malawi, in other countries in the world that need to hear this information. They need to hear this information because it's time for all of us to connect to the true essence of who and what we are and make a big difference in the world. Okay, enough is enough. Humanity, all of humanity, is one family. We all came from Noah. When the world was destroyed in the big flood, there was one family that survived. From that family, all of humanity started. Okay, now, obviously, yes, we have different cultures, we have different religions, some of us have different faiths, but it does not make the difference that we all have the same creator. Just like we all have the same heart, we all work the same, look the same, and need the same things. We need to be loved, to give love, and we all want the same thing, and it's to be truly happy. And to be truly happy, we have to free our godly essence, our godly spark, our desire to receive in order to share. We have to be free that from the bondage, from the hold of the ego, of the animal soul, of the desire to receive for the self alone, because that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Most of humanity, unfortunately, are operating under the influence of the desire to receive for the self alone. And that's the cause of all problems in the world. Everything comes from not connecting to the creator of the world. The creator of the world is built in a way that he loves each and every created being, from a mosquito to a bird to a human to a fish. Everybody is loved and cared for. The Creator is providing for everyone, providing food, providing water, providing air to breathe. Why? Because this is just how He is. Just unbelievable love that flows from the endless world into this limited world endlessly and unconditionally. And we need to tap into that information, and we need to learn the mindset of the sages, because back then, those souls that lived 1,000 years ago, even 400 or 500 years ago, those souls were huge. As time went by, our abilities to comprehend spirituality and to really feel the oneness of creation and remove the barriers that blocks us from feeling that oneness, humanity lost it at one point. We lost it. We got too busy, industrial revolution, all kinds of different people coming up with different theories about life, about this, about that. Religion, institute religion, made religion something that's not cool. People are afraid of religion. And some of them are afraid for a good reason. Some of them are not. But we cannot, as human beings, we cannot miss out on the Creator of the world, that it's part of who we are, because of religion, because of stereotypes, because of different things that are happening that are making us disconnect from the true essence of who we are. The problem with the world is that a lot of people think that the Creator is something separated from them. But it's not. The only way to believe in the Creator is to understand that the Creator is not separated from you. The Creator is part of who you are, part of the oneness of creation, and you are part of that oneness. And when you understand that it's really all inside of you, there is nothing really outside, and there is nothing to look for outside, you can connect to the Creator of the world in an amazing way. And we need to understand that spirituality alone will not do it. This action has to be taken. We have to perform good deeds. We have to give donations. We have to volunteer, each human being according to their level. We have to do what the Creator wants us to do. The Creator left us with a manual. He left us with a bunch of things that we should do or not do. Just like the 10 Commandments, for example. If you look at the 10 Commandments and you understand the 10 Commandments, it's pretty cool. It's pretty, something that it's not so hard to understand. We just really have to love ourselves so we can love our fellow man, and we could do good in the world and change the consciousness of separation to the consciousness of unity and oneness. And when we do that, we are going to see a major shift in the world. And it's time for humanity to hold hands together as one and do this. And whoever is spreading hate out there, they are just people who are locked up in the world of separation. They do not understand how the world is. They see themselves as something separated. They see everything else as separated from them, and they are missing out on the oneness of creation. When people understand what the oneness of creation is, there is nothing separated. So if everything is one and everything is connected and everything is part of who you are, you can't hate. You can't talk bad about anybody, because we are mirrors of each other. People that are out there trying to spread hate, they are mentally ill individuals and they need mental help. The way they see the world and reality is completely twisted. The way they believe in the Creator and what the Creator is something that it's separated from them, and that's why they don't understand. If you think that your Creator, the one that created you, is separated from you, it's not who you are. There is you, and then there is the Creator. Then you can't really connect. But when you understand that the Creator is inside of you and it's part of who you are, and you have a part of it, there is a spark of the Creator inside of you, and that's the consciousness. And consciousness, it's not only the ability for us to experience suffering, like some philosophers saying. What is consciousness? They're trying to explain what it is. And consciousness is not the ability for us to only experience suffering. Yes, people unfortunately suffer, and through levels of suffering, we can express ourselves and express our wishes and wants. But the Creator is way more than that. The Creator is the ability for us to remove the veil, to understand that we are limited human beings. We are limited in our way we see the world. We can't see Wi-Fi. We can't see infrared. We can't see radio wave. We can't see anything. We see a fraction of reality, and there is a reason why. We can't really hear, and there is a reason why. Because if we really see what's really happening, and we really hear what really happening, we would have go crazy. So the Creator created those barriers for us to keep us sane, but He wants us to discover it through our self-love and the ability to project love outwards towards the world, and the understanding the oneness of creation. The oneness of creation is unconditional love to all created beings. The only thing we are allowed to hate is the idea that there is an evil inclination, there is an ego, there is a desire to receive for the self alone, and that needs to be changed. That's something that we should not love, we should not like. We should work on making that a thing of the past and connect us all to the oneness and to the abundance and to the infinite love that exists in the world. And we could do this together. We can do this together. One human being can do a lot. One human being could do a lot. But together, we could really make a shift in the world. And that shift will be something that will turn the ego, the evil inclination, the desire to receive for the self alone, to a thing of the past. And we're going to see the true redemption. And we can make it happen in our days. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.